For the team, took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'm still live through technology. After the sun, oh, then comes the rain. And after the sun will start shining. Black seas of pain, and tears of pain. Your destiny will manifest, yes, photosynthesis.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Cut this up a little bit more because it's already giving us a lo-fi beat anyway. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well on this Friday evening. Just like a lot of my lives, I always say this. They are not planned. They're unexpected. Hey, not another Lynn, what's going on? They're not expected. I just kind of, I'm starting to go with the flow of how my spirit feels and to just share what is on my heart. And for those who are willing to receive it, it is meant for you. If not, that is perfectly fine. I came across the first episode of this podcast called DeepCut Podcast, I guess, where they cut hair and have conversations, which is really dope. It kind of gives like the inner, inner sanctum of what it looks like these barbershop talk type conversations. But my times in the barbershop, I've never really heard conversations like this. Conversations that were affirming and that were loving. And even though it's between two cis hetero men, they were able to look at each other's humanity, not allow labels and all this other type of stuff to keep them separated from their humanity, to be able to connect with empathy. NLE Choppa, I know that he is a very famous rapper. The individual who does deep cuts is going to give us more information about, you know, where he came from and just his accomplishments. At 20, I think he's 20 years old, and he has streams in the billions, not millions, but billions with a B. And of course, he was and still is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, doing trap music. I'm trying to understand trap music more. I see the destructive energy that it brings, but I think what's happening is that we're not listening to the voices of the people who are just simply sharing their stories. And instead of loving on them and affirming them and the king and the God in them, we just highlight the negative aspects of them, the destructive part of them. Now, yes, destruction is a part of creation, it's a part of life, it's a part of death. But I think what happens is that we just get focused on the death part and not the life part. So it feels really good to be able to see a rapper like NLE Choppa, especially at his age, to speak from a higher vibration, a higher mindset, and to really tap into self and to really make changes. You know what I mean? And you have people who are twice his age who are still struggling to find or to establish a foundation of self-love within themselves. So hey Spicy, hey, what's going on? Happy Friday to you as well. So I'm just very happy to see this type of stuff happening, especially with black men and men of color. I think that black men have been spending, so not just black men, but black people in general, but black men spent so much time in survival mode that they haven't really had a chance to really live. And even my experiences growing up as a black man, some of the struggles that black men deal with as far as trying to find their place in the world, being able to tap into a generational wealth, not just for their generation, but for the generations to come, like having conversations about finances, having conversations about the ego, having conversations, excuse me, I'm a little tipsy as well, y'all. Just having conversations about what does my higher self, my higher life look like, okay? And it was pretty dope, this conversation. I didn't get to see all of it because I listened to like half of it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. But before we get into that, we have to get into what? Our disclaimer, okay? Because we dot our I's and cross our T's, baby, okay? We smart over here. Ain't nobody snatching shit down, okay? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, we're going to give comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Girl, this is non-profit. I ain't getting paid for this shit. This is educational because they're speaking about spiritual knowledge, and I feel like that's something that we here in the West are starting to learn more of. There is a mass awakening that is happening, not just all over America, but all over the world, but primarily in America. I feel like we're long overdue for this spiritual awakening, and I'm just so glad that it's happening, okay? No shade. All right, so with that being said, we're going to get into, I think I'm going to keep this music cut down just a little bit as we play it, because they have their own music playing in the background, and the music, I was trying to find it. I'm like, who made this background instrumental? Because I love instrumentals like that, because I was going to put it in the back of this one, but I found something kind of similar to the music that you're going to hear in this. So once again, let's get into the power of redemption. Okay, Deep Cut Podcast, Episode 1 with NLE Choppa. Let's get it.
20 years old with over 5 billion streams worldwide. Not million, billion with the B. Let's go ahead and make that clear because you're going to hear that number again. 2 gold singles, 4 platinum singles, 3 double platinum singles, 2 triple platinum singles, and 2 gold albums. The only albums for him to even produce because he's only been rapping for 3 years. His first hit single broke the internet. It's sitting at over 1.2 billion streams alone. And making it out of the east side of Memphis isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. Most people would call that an overnight sensation, but I call that God's plan. It's been written for this kid since the day he touched the mic. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. But the most impressive part is not even the numbers. For most people, if you were to take those numbers away, they'd be left with nothing. But what do you do at that point? What do you do when the one thing that you thought you was good at you can no longer do? Or the one thing you thought you offered to the world you can no longer offer? Who are you at that point? That's the question that I want to ask everybody listening right now. But more importantly, I want you to hear the answer from somebody that's figured that out. That's why I want to introduce you to my brother and my friend, Choppa.
Take if you did this shit again.
And also, like he said, ask yourself that question. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're new to BubzDaGawd, this is what we do here. We pause and we review. We stop and we give commentary. This is probably going to be a pretty long live because the video is like almost 50 minutes long. So you know we're going to be here for like 2 some hours, baby. I know how to chop shit up and really get into the minutia and the meat and the potato of things. But ask yourself that question. Like, we live in a world now where anybody can be a celebrity. Anybody can stand in Choppa's foot shoes. Anybody can. Like, we're living in the time, in the age, in the era where everybody and anybody can become a celebrity overnight. And we see the glitz and the glam and the money and the sex and all this other type of stuff. Just all these things to the outside world would say that you have it all together. You've made it. You've reached the top. But then it's like, what happens when all the stuff outside of you that's supposed to make you happy is only a temporary happiness, which is why we have to continue to keep getting it by any means. Like he said, who are you once the numbers drop? Who are you once the likes drop? Who are you once all the fame and the glitz and the glam and all this other stuff? Who are you after all that? And that's why for Choppa, he was able to discover self. And I told y'all in my previous uploads about how 2020 was a mass system reset, factory reset for the world, baby. And there were people, especially here in America, living in this world where everything's fast food, fast internet, fast sex, fast money, fast excitement, fast pleasures. Everything's fast. But when 2020 happened, it shut the world down to where the world had to slow the fuck down. And a lot of times, a lot of us don't want to slow down. We like going fast. But what happens is that when we go fast and we're not aware, we end up putting ourselves or allowing certain situations and experiences to happen to us. And they're not really bad. They're just an extreme way of getting your ass back on motherfucking track. Who calling me? See, I got people calling me. I have to call them back. But you have to find out who you are. And 2020 was able to help a lot of people find out who they were. Just imagine there was so much death and destruction that was happening in 2020, but a lot of life-bringing, life-giving situations and experiences that has also happened. Okay, what's up, Roki? Oh, congratulations on graduating. That's good. And that's fine. You can catch the replay. That's cool. I appreciate you. But yeah, like, who are you? Who are you? Like, who are you for real? Like, beyond the labels, beyond the titles, beyond the accolades, who are you? Like, the people that you want around you, don't you want them to love you for who you are? Not what the world might perceive you to be, but who you really are. And do you love yourself to accept you for who you are, even right now? It may not even be the best version of you, but are you willing to love yourself and accept yourself in this version to say, you know what, I can do better, and I will be better, just like Choppa did.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, hey New Year, I'm coming to me with that old shit.
Y'all ready? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
You know, once you do this, ain't no going back. Just kidding, I'm saying.
Yeah, like we finna catch
Like
a body.
All right.
Damn. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, what is three? It's 3 years, right?
3 years. So really like 4 if we, cause it started at 4.
It's like
so about
4
3
years.
and a half.
3 and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you do the honors.
Okay, so I'm gonna chop one, huh?
Yeah, so just take it.
Okay.
You go for it if you're ready.
That's the first one.
That's it.
Damn. This is about
How does it feel looking at it?
looks cool. I'm ready to see it all off.
You wanna cut some more? You want me to go ahead?
Man, let me do one more. That's long.
Like,
It's my antenna, man.
just give you like that's a good one right there. Yeah.
Where?
Right there, yeah. Give you.
Make sure I got y'all weed, okay? I got mine right
Come
now.
on, man. All right, if you ready, I'm gonna.
Let's do it.
Going.
Let's do it. 2, bro. The number 2 been following me.
Oh yeah, by the way, before he gets to the number 2 and everything, y'all pay attention to what's happening to him. Like, he is basically, like, literally also to shedding his past, his old self, because his old self has come to an end. Just like life, everything comes to an end. But it doesn't mean the end in a bad way. It just means that something better, something greater is about to happen. Here it is. He's cutting his hair, preparing for this new identity, this new level, okay? And not only new level, but new responsibility, because it's like, okay, bro, NLE Choppa, yes, you are a famous celebrity. You out here doing big shit, especially at your age, billions of streams, millions of dollars. I believe you're doing it independently, if I'm not mistaken. With great power comes great responsibility. And I think a lot of our black brothers who are in these positions of power, that are able to connect to positions of power, have forgotten that, or just simply don't know that. But since NLE Choppa is where he is, he has a responsibility, whether he wants to or not. Because here I am on a basic ass level, and I have a responsibility. So making sure that he takes greater responsibility for his power, because again, he is an influencer. So once again, as an influencer, the question I would ask is, what are you influencing? And what does the outcome of that influencing look like? And I think he's starting to see what some of his stuff has done. And he's trying to find the balance, which is very important. Find your balance. Let's continue. And by the way, I will be pausing and stopping. So if that's not your stilo, if that's not the spirit you own right now, you can go ahead and find somewhere else, or you can go ahead and click the link down below and watch it without me pausing. You can watch it in its entirety. I'm doing a watch and review, okay, to give context and nuance, and to use some of the things that is in this live as a springboard for deeper conversations that affect all of us as human beings, regardless of labels, okay? All right.
So much today.
I'm gonna hand them to you after I cut them.
Hand them to you.
Hey,
I don't know
Queen.
why 2 just keep popping up across my conscious.
We kind of talked earlier, you know, about why, but I mean, if
Reinstate.
you wanted to talk, man, like, why now? Why did you decide to have this switch?
So what I went through was an awakening, pretty much. I feel like a lot of people embark on awakened journeys. And through the process of being on an awakened journey, you deal with a lot of things. A lot of things of like reprogramming, a lot of days of loneliness.
Oh yeah.
A lot of days of just questions and just being deep in thought. A lot of days where you try to keep the faith high, but sometimes you find yourself hopeless, because it's like you're so separated on a journey. You're so out of the loop of the norm that things kind of tend to feel like you're the oddball, if that makes sense, which can lead to things of the nature of like sometimes being depressed, sometimes having a big amount of stress, anxiety at all-time high, just things of that nature. So, man, you gotta slow down. You giving them too fast. Slow down.
I'd say my.
See, that's how I need friends in my life who do that shit with the blunt, okay? Just give me 18 blunts in 2 minutes. That's how I want my life to be, okay? When my shit pop the fuck off, I'm gonna have motherfuckers around me. Damn, nigga, slow down, bro. I just barely hit this one. You got 5 extra rolled up? I mean, I appreciate you being preemptive and stuff and, you know, preparing for the future, but goddamn, nigga, shit. You got enough blunts rolled up in a matter of 2 hours for me when my ass turns 65 and I'm 31. Goddamn.
Take a little time. I can take a little time with it,
but yeah, like, man,
Speak the truth to the dream, baby.
But yeah,
What's up,
like,
baby?
you can't look in the mirror till I'm done either.
Okay, I got
Don't
you.
look at the mirror. Don't know. Hey, so you gotta move that mirror, cause he gonna look in the mirror.
I ain't gonna look.
Don't look in the mirror. We gotta cover your eyes when we walk past the mirror.
But yeah, man, just dealing with all of that, right? And you go on a journey to find out what your purpose is. So as I was embarked along the journey, it was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of days, rainy days. Some days was kind of sunny, some days was gloomy. And through the process of that, I found what I'm here to do and what I'm here for.
When you start to understand like that itself, you know, and was it something that you, like, when did you learn it, and like how'd you learn that? Because
And before they get into that, because once again, like I said, we pausing and playing, we giving context and nuance, okay? We're making this relatable. I think us, especially here in the West, we're starting to come to the awareness that we have to deal with the bad days. That there's going to be contrast and there's going to be balance. But how do we deal with the balance? Because a lot of times when things happen that are, it seems as if though it's going against us. It seems like whenever we take one step forward, we take 2 steps back. It's really depending on how you look at it. A lot of people see that as a bad thing. They see that as a negative thing. Oh, I must not be doing it right, or something is wrong. Something is wrong. But if you be consistent with it, and it's something in your gut that's telling you to be consistent with it, you can look at it, oh, well, I take a 1 step forward and 2 steps back, as if though like I'm in a slingshot. And the farther back I go in the slingshot, the farther I will go once the farther I will be propelled. So it's kind of like, even when you going backwards, sometimes when you really trying to go all the way back and all the way back, sometimes the resistance will kind of push you forward a little bit to where it's like it's trying to get you to go. But once you get to that point where you've been all the way to the back and you feel all the tension and all of that stress and all this stuff, but you understand that it's meant to set you up for something greater, once that motherfucker let go, you are literally flying. And like I said, what happened to NLE Choppa, nigga 20 years old, got billions of streams, millions of dollars, all that shit, and got a goddamn child, and all this other type of stuff. But he's making a choice to look at himself. And as we go further, he's going to reveal how he was able to get to that place, which means he had to accept all sides of him, even the sides of him that were not productive, the sides of him that was completely destructive, the sides of him that were egotistical, the sides of him that was on a power trip. And how so many of our black brothers and sisters go down this path like NLE Choppa does, as far as fame and money and just all this hyper wealth, hyper visibility, all this hyper shit, and how power can literally try to corrupt you. Because we get to a point in our lives to where we feel like we've actually made it, when all we've done was made it to another level, and we don't cap. There is no level. There's no level plateau. There's no cap. It's about how far do you want to go. And not only how far do you want to go, how prepared are you to go? And not only that, how much faith do you have? Because even in my own situation, I am literally walking by faith every day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And in the midst of things changing around me, and instead of identifying with the fear of change and, oh my God, something bad is going to happen, I'm learning to go into the flow and say, you know what? I'm going to let all this happen because everything is working for my good. Everything is even the bad shit is working for my good. It's bad because I'm choosing, or I'm ignorant on the proper way to look at it. That's why we have to love ourselves, because we are the God in our own lives. We're not the God of everything, but we are manifestations of the God through our own unique expression. I'm a God in my own life as BubzDaGawd. NLE Choppa is our own God in his expression of NLE Choppa. The same thing for everybody in this chat. We are all expressions of that. So let's hear how NLE Choppa got to this point.
You know, like we've been making art for a while now. You know, it's like when you were making art originally, like 15, 16, starting this journey, did you expect to be where you are now with the message that you have today? Like, when did you start to learn, like, man, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta inspire?
I knew it was something with helping and healing. That's my purpose, helping and healing. So I knew along that line from the day I had the awakening. Even the day since I was born, I knew I'm a hero. So that just goes with helping and healing, which is my purpose. But to help and heal, you have to heal yourself first.
Exactly.
You know, especially when you have a platform like me. I feel like a lot of artists don't understand. We here to soulfully inspire and help the people on their journey. It's to get to that top level, that top layer, and throw that ladder down with your hand to pull, you know, the other ones up. So I realized I couldn't fully do that to my full potential until I won the fight on the inside. But it takes a real man, a real woman. It takes a real person. It takes real strength. It takes real discipline. It takes prayer. It takes a strength beyond the body or the vessel of you to be able to fight the fight that's on the inside.
But like,
And that's the one thing too. And see, this is the type of conversation I love having, bitch. Like, if people can just roll a fucking joint, bitch, some good ass sativa for some of you niggas that be really stressed, bitch, get you a hybrid, cause we need some sativa, bitch. Throw a little indica in there, girl, but we trying to do sativa, we trying to do some mental shit. But if motherfuckers just rolled up and smoked and just talked about how they felt and affirm them and say, bruh, I appreciate, like, imagine if more younger black men, or just black men in general, or men of color, were able to do this, to be able to have these conversations about, man, I had to check myself. And even when you look in the narrative of the Bible, and I'm using that because that's the closest thing for a lot of us as black Americans as far as religion is concerned, but or spiritual connection. But even in the narrative of the Bible, in the Bible, along with Christ kept talking about the renewing of your mind, kept talking about going into your secret place. There was a part where Christ had to say, look, I love y'all motherfuckers, but goddamn, bitch, I gotta go away for 40 days and 40 nights, and no tea, no shade, just facts. That's kind of where I am in my life. Ever since 2020, like, I had my ego death in 2018 that completely rocked my fucking world. To where my ass, when he was just talking about the strength and the power and all of that, that is something that I had to find out within myself. And I had so many people around me who loved on me and loved me, but all that shit didn't matter if I didn't know how to accept it for myself. So when I had my ego death in 2018, to where I literally had self-deletion ideations very strong. It was very similar to the self-deleting ideations I had when I was younger, to where I didn't want to be here. And I had to face it. But it was love that brought me through. And that's when I won the war within myself. Now I have to also maintain that, because as I go forward in life, there will always be new lessons. Some people will say new devils, if you want to look at it that way. But new experiences that are going to challenge you and break the false sides of you. The sides of you that are not really you. Or if they are you, they're a unhealed, unresolved part of you that only you can deal with. Again, I had people around me who loved me, an amazing, wonderful, exceptional, goddamn, just boss ass nigga as a spiritual teacher, bitch, just covering me. But when I was in the darkest moment of my life, nobody was in that shit like me. I was in the thick of it because it was happening to me, and it was happening inside of me, not externally, but internally. But when you operate in love for real, and how love is able to connect to your ass, even in the most deepest, darkest, fear-based, dense, just completely just hopeless place you could ever feel in your life. And then boom, redemption hits you. That's why it's kind of like, people gotta put respect on love name, girl, because again, in the narrative of the Bible, with Jesus walking in the name of love, he was like, bitch, I'm so cool with myself that I'm gonna let y'all niggas kill me. Cause first of all, bitch, I know all type of shit. Okay, I was gone from the Bible for some years, bitch, and I was learning shit, girl. You talking about motherfucker? I am God's son, girl. Y'all is too, but I know it. Y'all the whole struggling, girl. I could bring all type of wrath and ask God to drop the key in the goddamn ocean and open up all and break all the seals and fuck all this shit up. And then before he ascended into heaven, he descended into hell and walked up in Satan's shit and said, "Nigga, my father created you. Excuse me." Girl, Sukasa Mikasa, your house is my house, bitch. Actually, it's Mikasa Mikasa, it's my house. And was able to conquer down there, to love down there, so that no matter where human beings operate or where they go in this human experience, no matter how lost you might feel, no matter how dark it might be, no matter how hopeless the experience might appear, that there is always and forever, even until you draw your last breath, to make a change and to look at something different. Because I promise you, everything that is happening in your life is happening to you for a reason. It's about understanding why this is happening to me. All right, y'all, let's continue.
When did you know, all right, I'm having a battle here? There is a mental battle. Because sometimes I didn't know for a lot of time that I had mental battles of my own.
Yeah.
Until it got to a point where it was too big to ignore. And like everybody could see it from the outside now, and I feel like that was too long.
Yeah.
And I was ignoring a lot of the things that I felt mentally because it's just not something that you think you're gonna go through. Sometimes, you know, when we talk about mental health, you know, you just never expect like it's gonna be me that goes through that. When did you know that you had a battle to face?
I knew I had a battle to face when my thoughts weren't reflecting of the word life or reflecting of the word living. It was more so reflective of I'm better off not here. Once my thoughts started to creep into that state, I started to realize, yo, Chop, you gotta wake up. It's something you gotta give. It's something that has to give to get you back to your youth, your inner child, back to that person that was smiling, laughing, playing, joking, and just all about
the God inside that knew that it was covered, and that no matter what, everything was going to happen for it.
a life.
Yeah.
Things start to suck the life out of you once you lose focus and you lose track on what's really important. And that was the state of life I was in. And it was days where I'm gonna be honest, I tried to take action on harming myself, and you know what I'm saying? It got to that point.
And look at it. He's an individual that where the world would say, "Oh, you have everything figured out. Oh, what you depressed for, nigga? You got millions of dollars, nigga. You ain't gotta worry about shit, nigga. You ain't gotta clock the fuck in, nigga. Oh, you got bitches on your dick, nigga. What you mean? You can have any woman you want. Like, why would you want to take yourself out? Why?" But once again, we not understanding the energy that comes with that, and how a lot of these people who end up having this a lot of money and power, a lot of times end up going through depression, because it's like now they got to try to figure out whether niggas want to be around them for who they are, or just for who they are for real, or who they are in reference to the world outside of them and all that comes with that. Oh, I'm NLE Choppa's friend. Oh, I'm his home. Like all the accolades that come with that. So it's really a battle. What did they say in that one song? The more money we come across, the more problems we see. I told y'all, with great power comes great responsibility, baby.
And when it gets to that point, it's serious. It's extremely serious. I kid you not. The power of prayer. And that's why I take prayer so seriously.
Affirmation.
You know, because we dream chase. And when I had nothing, I dreamed of like, yo, God, when you give it to me, this is what I'm gonna do with it. This, I promise you, if you give it to me, I'm gonna use it for good. I'm gonna use it. This is what I'm gonna do. And there's been times I've caught myself, again, everything I prayed for and I wanted, I've been given. And there were times, again, I didn't stand on what I said I was gonna do when I wanted it. You know, so I just feel like you ask God to eat, and He fill your plate up with food. Keep up your appetite.
For sure.
And the things that are coming along with what you asking for, stand on them.
For sure.
And they're gonna keep coming.
So with that being said, I felt as if I was the hottest, and man, things started to really trickle. And it's because I blew up and everything gets thrown at you, and it goes back to the wants and the needs. It goes back to the oath. There's people around me that wasn't for my best interest. Me being a young kid, you don't really know at that point. You know, you're learning, so it's like you're still going through the motions, but you trying to live it up, but at the same time, you start to realize how it's a blessing and a curse, and certain things just coming to your doorstep ain't meant for you to pick up. Right. So I was picking up these things and I was adding them to my backpack, and I was like carrying it along this journey. And as I'm going up the hill, going up the mountain, I keep putting shit in the backpack. I thought, wow, that backpack is real heavy, and you stop climbing. And you reach a type of stagnant feel, but it was only on the inside. On the outside, I was still, I had hits.
You look lit.
Hits, it was turned. Everything looked great from the outside. I was still the hottest in the world. But internally, I felt like, yo, what the fuck I get here for? Like, you know, why did I want to get here just to sink?
For it to feel like this.
Yeah, for it to feel like, you know what I'm saying?
What he's saying, or at least my interpretation of it, is that once again, listen to a lot of the music that a lot of our black kings are making now. Gotta get to the money. Cream, cash rules everything around me. You know, by any means. Like, I gotta get to this. You take it away from me, I'ma fuck you up. Like, having all that, and then you actually get it in a way that's legal. To where you can flaunt this stuff, and you know what I'm saying? And not only that, your shit is playing on the radio all over the motherfucking country, all over the fucking world, bruh. Like, you got all this shit again. Motherfuckers know who you are. You got people coming up to you telling you, hey man, I listened to your new song. Your song is fire, bro. We play that shit all the time. We bump that shit over here. Like, even got white motherfucking people over here. Oh my god, I love Choppa. Oh my god, it's music. My father's asleep. I listen to it so much. Love Big Black Cock. You know, all you know, all that type of stuff. But then, once again, he got it, and ain't nothing really changing on the inside. Yeah, my mama got a house. Yeah, I got me 2-3 whips. Yes, I got me a motherfucking house where the pools and the trees is. Yeah, I got all this shit. My phone ringing off all the time. Yes, I got women Snapchatting me and DMing me that pussy and shit all the time. Even some gay niggas doing some weird shit. I'm getting all this attention from all different areas. But I'm not getting the attention that I need within myself. And it's not just in Choppa. It's if you take the time out to listen, like to actually listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart and your spirit, to a lot of these rappers who have these candid conversations like this. A lot of them be struggling on how to still make it, how to still survive. Despite the world saying that you made it, you don't feel like you've made it within yourself. So the fact that he was dealing with that and he was challenging that is a very important part. And that's where you find your strength and your power, once you start facing yourself. Because when you face yourself, that's the most ultimate battle. That's the ultimate battle, because once again, only you know the truth, the complete truth about yourself. And so does your shadow self. So you fighting yourself. So you fighting an enemy or an opponent that knows what move you're going to make and how you're going to make it. If you keep operating in the same way that the shadow self is. Once you start learning to recalibrate your mind to create new habits, and new habits become thought patterns, and thought patterns become your reality. Once you start doing that, you will be able to, especially when you do it in love, you'll be able to cover your shadow self in love, which is just unhealed and unresolved parts of yourself that you have participated in repressing because everyone outside of you didn't have enough awareness to affirm all of who you are. But it's not their job to do that. It's our job to affirm ourselves. We came into this world by ourselves. We're going to leave by ourselves. So all the power that we want and we need is already here. And once we start operating in that and start living that and exuding that and being grateful for life, even when fucked up shit happens, I promise you, you learn the art of letting go. And when you let go, you also receive. It's one of the laws of the universe, the laws of cause and effect. To give, to receive, to give, to receive. We want to receive what we don't want to give. When you give of yourself, you create capacity. You create and enlarge your territory for what you want to come in. But none of this ain't gonna make sense until you start applying it to yourself.
And yo, it started to progress. So it led into 2020. It hit hard. It led into 2021 and it hit the worst. And I kid you not, like March 2021, when we hit the pandemic, I believe, if I'm quoting it right, March 2020, we hit the pandemic. It was like a reset button God hit on the universe, and I was isolated even more. Yeah, man, through that process, I started to learn me, man, for sure. I finally feel like I've learned everything that God sent my way. I was beating myself up about it. I'm like, yo, you fucked it up. Oh, you messed it up. Like, damn, you stupid. You
know that's your lesson.
Yeah, that's my lesson, right?
That's your lesson. And as long as you learn, there's never a loss in any situation.
Never was.
A friend that left, a business partner that left, an opportunity, a feature, a music, like whatever it is, if it left, it wasn't meant to be there. If it left, you were supposed to learn from it.
For sure, and that's what's so beautiful about the journey now. And that's why I can't help but smile, because everything that I was manifesting for myself, God was just sending the storms my way. He was like, yo, I'm sending you storms because I want to show you that what you manifesting has to be protected. Everybody can't go on this journey. You can't take use of everything that's brought to you. You got to be disciplined. You got to have flow. You have to surrender. You have to stay prayed up. You have to still do these things that you did to get here, and then some to hold on to it. Getting there is not the accomplishment. Holding on to that shit. Staying there and holding on to the shit God give you, that's the accomplishment, bro.
Yeah, but talk about that, because some people that dream of blowing up, of being viral, of being seen, think that's the hardest hurdle.
Man, the hardest hurdle was staying there, bro, because I'm gonna tell you just like this.
Or I'm gonna say this before he says that, because again, we paused and that's what we doing. True Dream said, loving this, needed this. And that's why, like I told you, that's when you walk by faith, literally everything comes to you. And when you know you're really walking by faith, you operate with people who are about community, who like, damn, I want to see everyone win around me because I know I'm winning. I'm going to win, but it should be a celebration for all of us. We all going to win. But speaking to what he was saying about, like, holding on to it, when you become viral, you're not only going to be in front of the eyes and the opinions and the perspectives of people who love your music and all that stuff, and you will have more of those, but you also have to deal with the individuals who are going to hate and critique you, and there are going to be some individuals who are divinely appointed to tug or to press on your insecurities within yourself. That's when you have to. A wise mystic once told me, and it's so true, and that's what I'm applying to myself and growing in every single day. You have to make everything about you. The world outside of you is a mirror reflection of how you feel and the energy that you're in. So when we learn to transmute even with the haters or those who might come into opposition against us, when we can transmute that for our good, that means that we have to look within ourselves. So a lot of the insecurity, and once again, just because you have money and power and privilege and being viral does not mean that you're exempt from life's trials and tribulations. If anything, you're going to be put on a pedestal for everybody to see. Because when you become viral and become famous and become a celebrity, your life really isn't your life anymore in reference to outside of you. There are going to be people that's going to be trying to figure out what you're doing, people making lies on you, people trying to do all type of stuff. You got people walking up to you that you don't even fucking know, and you wonder if these niggas gonna kill you and all this shit, especially when you make music like Choppa and a lot of these other individuals. But it's about looking within yourself and challenging yourself. I'm telling y'all, nothing I can say on this live or any other live in the future or in the past, it will not hit until you learn to apply this to yourself. That same drive, that same energy, that same frequency, that same vibration that Choppa is on right now, that is a universal energy, because even he is a vessel, which means just like me and everybody else, including him, will retire one day. We're only here to live one life in this unique expression. Live that bitch to the fullest and live it in love. That's the cheat code to me when you add love into your life, because it means, you know what, I have the strength to get through this, and I know that when I get through this, something greater is going to be on the other side of it. But fear is going to be your closest friend. Even with me, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm out here employing energy into myself and building in myself. And I've seen success stories and heard success stories of individuals who have to go through the process of going through all type of shit. But that's how much they believed in themselves. And understanding that sacrifice is also a part of it too. Sacrificing to me means I'm giving up the old ideologies, the old thought patterns, the old processes that's kept me in this cycle. And that's scary because that's something that's so familiar. And a lot of us rather fuck with shit that is familiar than anything that's new. Even me. I still deal with social awkwardness sometimes. I like being by myself, but sometimes I feel like it'd be hard to communicate with other people because I feel like my frequency be on another type of level to where it's like I'm starting to really hate small talk now. Like, if you're gonna talk to me, I want to talk about something. You know what I mean? But once again, baby, that you gotta experience it for yourself. And please do. You can start right now at this very second, this very moment, to make a change to better yourself. And it's gonna be scary. But I promise you, the fear and all the trials and tribulations, baby, is gonna be worth it to where your ass will be like, bitch, I'll do it again.
You get it, then comes the girls, then comes the drugs, then comes the money, then comes the problems. You gotta realize what's best for your life, and that just comes with the basics of knowing some things are temporary, some situations are meant to learn from. If you don't have the strength to walk away from certain things that's detrimental, that's when it kill you in the long run. It can kill you physically, it can kill you mentally, it can kill you emotionally, and that's what I realized with my life. Now it's like, okay, if I meet someone, I'm not using them just for their body. I want to use them to learn. I want to use them for knowledge. I want to use them to see what can I learn from you. I want to use you for all of the right reasons before I even get to the intimacy standpoint. Don't get me wrong, I have balance. Love is love, but you have to balance it with lust at times. I mean, that's cool because it's the yin and the yang, but you never can be too much into something that's detrimental. So you have to create the balance, and once I figured that out, it's like, yo, everyone that's gonna come to me, I know it's not meant for them to be here forever with me. It's probably temporarily for me to learn something that might help benefit 20 years from now.
You can either,
you know?
You can either be a lesson or a blessing.
For sure. And I take a step back, I reflect. I looked at all the storms God sent me. It was to remove me from the people that wasn't in the life I was building. And then when I took another step back to reflect on my current, everything I manifested came into fruition. It's here. It's right here.
Bro, your tongue is too powerful, bro. Like, I mean, look at it. You wanted to make it. You made it. You wanted the money. You got the money.
Yeah.
You wanted everything that came with it. You got it. You think if you don't speak the positivity that you want in your life, they won't come either?
So what?
Come on, bro. Like, whatever you want,
Whatever.
you can have it.
For sure.
Yes, whatever.
Man, you know, and we know that, bro, but I need everybody to know that.
Yeah, people gotta know
You
that.
gotta know that, man. The things that I'm saying right now, the things that you're doing, I dreamed of this, I wanted this, I spoke it. It
For
came
sure.
back, right? When it comes, who knows?
And
But
that's-
you speak it out, it's coming. You gotta be patient for that.
So
And not only that, when it comes, you have to do your part. Because a lot of us get what we want and then just go crazy. It'd be like, no, you still got to do your part. Because the universe is going to always do its part. And it's always manifesting. That's why a lot of fucked up shit happens too. Or what we considered fucked up shit happens too. And that's the beauty of life. And that's why I appreciate, like, this is giving me, I feel like we have people that come through who may have started off somewhere to be relatable with the general public, but also chooses, because they have that power and that influence, to really get people to start thinking for themselves. And I fuck with that energy, but for a lot of other people, that can be very dangerous energy. Because once again, we have to be objectively factual here. When it comes to trap music, a lot of trap music, or all trap music, I'll say a lot just to be on the safe side, but a lot of trap music is very low vibrating. It just honors death, money, drugs, and sex, and nothing fruitful and life-giving. Things that are lower vibrational or taken out of context. So when you have someone like NLE Choppa, who is from the trap scene, who is a very implementive pillar in the trap scene, having this awakening is giving me the vibes of like Tupac. Like, that's the thing I appreciate. Conscious rappers. Rappers who are conscious. Yes, I'ma still spit my flow the same way that I've been doing it, because I still got to connect with the people. But also say, hey, in this connection, let's also talk about this. Let's also deal with this. Let's add more context and nuance to the conversation. This nigga 20 years old and leaving his mark on the world already that he done manifested. And because of him, it's going to be people that's going to go farther than him. But that's the point. When you walk in self-love, what did the scripture say? To be in the world, but not of the world. Girl, I'm in this bitch. I'm going to express the best version of BubzDaGawd, but I also understand that I'm not of this world, which means that eventually I'm going to have to let go of everything. And it's to the point to where it won't be a choice. When we all face death, that is the inevitable thing as far as this experience or this expression is. And it's a part of life. But what do they say? The objective is to die before you die. To die unto yourself before you physically die. Because when you die unto yourself, all that's left is to live. And that's when everything has more meaning and more purpose and more connection. So that when it does end, you can learn to let it go in love and be grateful for that experience, because it has enriched your life, and it's still enriching your life even after it's over with. I'm telling y'all.
that feeling that I had, and I say this with the most passion I can fucking say it. That feeling that I had when I realized my world was gone, man, I never want to feel that again. So when he gives it to me again, nigga, I never give up on it. I never give
Or
that back up.
you gotta be
So-
grateful for that moment.
Yeah.
Don't ever regret
I'm
that
so grateful
moment.
for the lows.
Don't ever regret your lows, bro,
Man,
because
I'm
your
s-
lows tell you how to be grateful
Man,
for what's
I'm
coming later in your life, bro.
exactly.
If you don't lose it, how you know to keep it?
Exactly.
You know, so man, bro, you gotta lose. That's the most important
sure.
part,
It's
because
the
when it
most.
comes, I know. All right, man, now this shit could go at any time, bro. And even I feel like that now in my life with everything that I do, man. I wake up every day and understand that this is just a blessing. Everything that I got right now, I don't deserve it. I don't wake up with an expectation like this is supposed to be mine. I wake up every day and understand that this is a blessing, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I live a blessing every day. I gotta be grateful.
Sure.
I gotta be grateful. I want everything I earn. I gotta be grateful. And man, it could be over any day, but I know that, man, I'm gonna live in it every day and spread the love that I can with the people I got around me. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share this energy while it's here. Who knows how long it really lasts, but if it's here, man, I'm gonna cherish it,
Grateful
bro.
for
And
everything.
there was so many times, man, the last 3 years that I wasn't cherishing it because I was fighting for more. I was fighting for more in my life. I thought that for me to get more was gonna change the way that I felt about myself. That if you gave me more money, I would feel better. If you gave me more friends, I feel better. If I had more followers on IG, I feel a little bit better. And it didn't make me feel better, because I got all that. And the same problems that you talk about, that I'm talking about, they didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't go nowhere till I looked in the mirror and said, I gotta face this shit.
Face it.
That's how I felt, me versus
Face
me.
it, face
I faced
yourself.
myself and picked my shit up and said, I'll never feel like this again.
Went in the
I'm
battle
gonna make
from
sure, I'm gonna
within.
make sure I take care of myself.
So, man, before we shampoo, I said all that to just pretty much say, man, 2019 was that year for me. But the year God has written over my life of 2023.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Man, look, peep this. I'm gonna say this to the camera. I'm gonna let everybody know they're gonna hear it.
Come on, a music transition.
2023 will be my breakout year when I was 16 on crack. Like times 100.
Yeah.
Because I cherish every part of the day. I pray at least 4 times throughout the day. When I get down, when I lay down before I go to sleep, I take myself through every part of the day through the prayer, and I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, I'm grateful for that, God. Thank you, thank you. Ah, that didn't work. Thank you, something bigger coming. So I'm so grateful for my now, that the future is heavenly, because that's all you have to have is gratitude and gratefulness, because like I said,
Faith.
your present moment is all that you need to get to where you're trying to go. So the more you're in tune with the present,
Yes.
It's the only time that exists.
yeah,
Exactly.
for
It's the only
sure.
time that, the future don't exist yet.
Yeah.
Past done for.
Yeah.
What
now
you
is
do
all I
right
got.
now,
Right now is all I got, man.
right now is what's shaping that.
And right now, I need to shampoo your hair, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Let
Yeah,
me
my
go
fault.
ahead. Come on, man.
Yeah, my fault.
And speaking of shampoo, Kaylin, I need your ass to shampoo my hair too, okay? I'm surprised my ass ain't got brain damage as much as I've been doing this shit against my damn hair with these fucking faux locks. And I'm gonna have to get better grade or strand. What this shit NLE Choppa got in his hair? I need that shit, okay? Let's continue.
I need to shampoo your hair, bro. Come on, man.
New year, new me. It's 2023. Glock 23. I dumped a 20 piece. That old shit ain't going forward. This a newer me. Probably knew me last year, but you don't know me.
Yo, so check this out. I don't know about anybody else, but I got a firm belief. I don't know. I mean, probably a guru or something. I hope they see this message that I'm about to say and probably can add confirmation on it. But I feel like when people feel like it's a cloud over their head, right? That dark cloud, like people feel like it's a burden just weighing over them. Yo, I genuinely feel like sometimes it comes from the energy the hair is giving off. Because honestly, I feel like with just feeling how free this feels to start over, I feel like a burden is just lifted.
Yep.
Moving into next year, what's your expectation now? Like, you feel this is it? You ready to receive?
So when I'm extremely ready to receive. Honestly.
Receive,
Me
man.
too.
So
shit, nigga, where
the
my
thing
shit at?
is now,
Yes.
it's about protecting. It's about protecting, just protecting my peace, protecting everything, protecting my hair. Because like I said, your hair is an extension to the brain. And if we're talking about mental health and awareness to it, we need to take care of the hair. Whether it's praying over your hair, whether it's putting your thoughts to your palms as you rub over your hair, rather it's a consistent regimen with putting herbs in your hair or shampooing it or soaking your hair in lemon and lime juice, whatever regimen you want to do to the hair, let's protect it 2023 because, like I said, it extends to the brain, which is your mental health. Before I got right within, I was working real hard to make things happen. So I'm overly working to make certain things happen, but all of it is paying off still. But once you get right within, you don't have to chase. Everything comes straight to you.
That is the shit. I don't like that.
It's-
That's the way that nigga. Damn, come on now.
Lit.
Okay, we have to do this thing. I tried NLE. I tried to get you looking right. Okay, you like Thriller. Let me change.
Literally,
Okay, that's better. because some other screenshots and stills kind of fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Them first two was me right now with my high ass, bitch. The third one was Thriller, girl, and I'm in the dark with these green lights on, bitch. I'm about to cut my lights on, girl. It's here around the corner. It's almost close to midnight somewhere. You know. But that's where I am in my life right now. I'm learning to let that shit come to me. And the reason why I'm so excited about this new place I am in my life and building my confidence and my faith is because for those of you who have been following me for a while, I've shared some information in some of the archive or older posts or uploads on my channel, which you are welcome to please watch and look and comment. I spent the majority of my 20s giving all of my love to people outside of me, primarily in romantic relationships. After my first relationship in 2009 ended in 2011, I was chasing that feeling all the way up to 2018. To where you can even ask my sister, my friends. There was a point in time to where they'd be like, what you want for your birthday? What you want for Christmas? And my goddamn sorrowful ass, what I want for Christmas? What I want for my birthday? I just want someone to love me. Please, you can't buy that with money. Very desperate for that because I felt like I had so much love to give, but I didn't know what it looked like to give that to me. So I gave it to other people to the point to where all these other niggas would ghost me and do all this other type of stuff. But then when I talked to them, you know, as time went on and we got back in contact and they were being more open and honest and have grown some, they would say, the way you showed up, I had to question if I can show up that way because I'm so used to dealing with fuck nigga after fuck nigga after fuck nigga that when somebody come along that's really about that work and really about that life, it makes me have to challenge all the shit about myself, all of the thought patterns I had to create for myself to keep myself safe and my mind safe from all this abuse that I'm getting outside of me. But now I met you, somebody who doing what the fuck they need to do and they're genuine about it. But see, now I'm starting to learn to feel like what that love feels like coming from me. Coming from me. To the point to where once again, I know I am in my cocoon phase of my spiritual awakening. I ain't gonna hold you. Right now, at this point in my life, I am very much on my Jesus Christ 40 days and 40 nights recluse, kind of to yourself, questioning everything, experimenting, trying new things, challenging things, all this stuff. And I'm so grateful to be alive in the era of technology to where you can make a living from the house. For one of my favorite movies, and my sister Kaylin in the motherfucking live, Harriet the Spy, when Eartha Kitt, Nicki Minaj at 89 looking ass was saying in that bed, girl, it was true. You want to, I'll give you the secret of life. You simply crawl into your bed and never leave it again. Ah, never. Sweet Liberace. Girl. But anyway, it's an opportunity for me to really figure out who I am and love myself. Because I have a purpose. And growing up, my purpose was shadowed because of my sexuality. I grew up very young. I was in the closet. I was very religious. I couldn't tell anybody about what was going on in my mind and in my heart because I already knew how the world outside of me viewed it. And I'm a young ass child having to traverse through that, no one to talk to. Imagine that shit happening to a fucking child. So here I am now at 31 years old, still learning to heal the BubzDaGawd within. The one that was ostracized and demonized. The one that was bullied. The one that was told that you're less than. And also learning to love and accept myself and forgive myself for believing in it. Believing in it. To the point to where, y'all, my ass is very emotional now, but I know how to control my emotions, girl. When my whole acting shit come together, girl, when I start doing my scripts or start doing other people's film shit and we doing some dramatic shit, I already know my ass gonna cry on cue. Let me just hit the sativa real quick and get my shit together, bitch. I'm about to give you a performance. Okay? Because I'm happy because I'm a creator too. And I'm learning all of my creative outlets. I want to experiment with music, which is why I'm going to try to, when I get the chance, to buy me a newer piano and start teaching myself piano, because that'll be able to help me with my singing, because I know that I can sing. I'm just learning to build vocal confidence, and my voice is literally changing. It's to the point to where, like, now, as far as editing and the things that I love doing with creating, I'm starting to get people who want to pay me for that. And the weed is always coming, bitch. It might be a day or two when a nigga may be like, okay, girl, but that's okay, girl. I gotta find that balance, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Get a little refresh, but the weed always there. And it's like, I only have one life to motherfucking live. One. And I'm 31 years old. There's a bunch of motherfuckers who ain't make it to this age. So it's like, now I gotta stop playing games with myself. But not only that, enjoy myself where I am. Because when I enjoy myself where I am, even though I may not be where I want to be, when I do get to where I'm destined to be, I won't forget where I came from, which will keep me humbled to myself. Everyone else gets humility. Let me explain that real quick, and then we're going to get back into the live. I'm only humble to God and BubzDaGawd, because those are the only two motherfuckers that is in my life 24/7, and in my head 24/7, and in my spirit 24/7. That is the one that I will bow down to, that I will submit to, that I will listen to, that I will honor first above all things. And I hope that y'all will do the same thing for yourself. Because if you can't show up for yourself good, how the fuck is you going to show up for somebody else for real, in the totality of who you are? When I say humility outside of you, that simply means this. I can accept, appreciate, honor, clap, do all this other type of stuff with everyone and still know that I'm the shit. I can celebrate everybody else's glow up, their own victories, their own accolades, girl. There will be no motherfucking jealousy in my heart, because guess what? Just like how God is blessing your ass, bitch, he blessing me too. Okay? And see, and here goes stream, y'all doing some bullshit. Now the damn fucking video gonna be looking all choppy and pixelated and shit. Whenever I start talking this shit, here the fuck they go. You can't stop truth, bitch. Truth gonna always ring, ho. Hey, Donna B. But like I said, that's where I'm at, y'all. Walking by faith, baby. And look, and let me tell you something. It's worth going through the fear. It's worth going through the fear, girl. Once you learn to face fear, girl, that's when your ass become dangerous, girl. When you start facing fear, that's when your ass become dangerous, girl. That's when hoes gonna really be upset and be mad, girl. Because some hoes need to feel bigger than you and greater than you, and they need your dog, or they're under the illusion that your downfall is going to be the foundation they need. No. These motherfuckers building their foundation on sand. So when the water come, girl, when they start water bending on that ass, bitch, water bend nation in this hole. And Katara lesbian, girl, you know they doing the water bending, girl, with the fingers and shit. They know to work it. They water bending and shit, girl, but when you build your shit on rock, on something solid, it don't matter what comes crashing against it, girl. And yeah, it may give out over time, girl, but bitch, we still got time. That's the point. When you build it on something strong, no matter what happens, you will be able to survive it. So if y'all enjoying this live video, if y'all is, please hit the like button. It is so free. It is so free. You ain't got to pay nothing. I don't need your social security number, bitch. I don't need no damn shit from your EBT card, bitch. I don't need a ride to the store, bitch. I don't need no eighth of weed, girl. Just hit the like video so that we can get this video up in the algorithms, girl, so that a nigga can receive. Because, bitch, in 2023, I'm manifesting marijuana sponsors. Gonna send me shit for free, okay? I want to. There's so many motherfuckers around me that wake up with weed every day, girl. They be like, damn, I opened up my damn sock drawer and I found about 8 blunts. I opened up the cookie jar, bitch, and it was 3 blunts in there, girl. I bought this fresh pack of goddamn sweet potato pie, girl, and underneath the pie was 18 blunts. Girl, I want to wake up with so much weed, girl, to where it's like, bitch, I'm sick of weed. That's where I want to get to. gonna get to the point to where I'm like, bitch, I got so much. Bitch, you want some weed? Here, take this. And I'm talking about, bitch, here, take these 5 ounces, girl. I got 30,000 ounces. Take them. Shit, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, bitch.
Like magic. Once you pour into the self, once you pour into the only vessel God give you, you can't wake up and go into somebody else's skin. You can't walk outside of this vessel and wake up as someone else. So it's up to you to cherish this one vessel, rather it's what you eat, what you're watching, what you're hearing, what you smell. Everything beyond those senses, what you touch, what you feel. Once you start to pour into that, everything that you want literally comes to you as attraction.
I'm glad you worded it like that, because I mean, that's why I have the tattoo on my neck with the world, and under the world it says create yours. And the reason being is because where you at physically sometimes is not a determination of what your world is. It's what you're investing in yourself, the things that you listen to, the things that you watch, and the people that you choose to spend your time around, the things that you eating. This is your world, and you can control that no matter where you at. You can control what you're thinking about. You can control the friends you choose to hang out with, or the things you choose to watch on TV. Like, these things have an effect on you. Subconsciously, they do. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's just social media, it's just a video, it's just this, it's just music, it's just, man, these are things that when you listen to them every day, over and over and over again, they'll have an effect on your body physically and on your body mentally.
You are what you eat, you are
gotta
what you
be
see.
intentional with those things.
For sure. You are what you eat, you are what you see, you are what you hear, you are what you smell. Everything is everything, so you gotta realize you are that.
Is it nothing for you, a state of peace, or do you try to visualize maybe what you want? Because I think meditation sounds, to some people that have never tried it or even looked into it, it can sound sometimes like you don't understand it, you know? So what is it to you when you meditate, and what are you thinking about?
Meditation to me is, it could go for a lot of things. It could be just everything you gotta do with intention. So whatever you want your intent to be leading into the meditation is what you focus on. Rather it's peace, rather it's affirmations that you want to say to manifest, rather it's just simple, the simplicity of just being disconnected for a minute. It depends on what you want. So before you go into the meditation, you ask myself,
No shade, I don't.
you ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish after what do I want to accomplish during this meditation? What do I want to feel during it, and how do I want to feel after? A lot of times I just wanted peace, because I was depressed at times when I first found meditation. I was just at my lows, so I just wanted something that gave me a break from life. And man, I did that, and I listened to a guided meditation my first time. And, it took me to a place to where I had no choice but to cry when I was there. I was in a place of just unconditional love. I was just in a place of peace, comfort.
And I also want to say that that's the hardest part about meditation for a lot of people, and even myself in the beginning, was the fact of learning how to slow down your mind and also observe your mind and pay attention to what goes across it, because all your mind is just like a highway of thoughts. It's a highway of thoughts. But a lot of us do the same thing every day to where we get into a habit to where, this is what we think of. So when you meditate, like Choppa said, it is a good idea to start with guided if you don't know how to fully control your intentions when it comes to meditation, right? So with guided meditations, it'll help you to, and if you be consistent with it, because you have to be consistent. It's about dedication and discipline that's going to help you to achieve even greater things, because it's going to take greater discipline. But when you start disciplining yourself with that, you start creating new thought patterns. And then when you do, eventually, you will have to grow from that. Then that's when you can start doing your own meditations. Like for me, when I went through my ego death, just like he was depressed, I was really depressed. And I started smoking weed as a way to escape. Now I just love weed, because weed is my teacher. Mother marijuana helped the nigga out, okay? And I'm a part of her religion until I die, bitch. Okay, no shade. Thank you, Jesus. All right, but when I started meditating, what I would do is I would, hit my blunt a few times and find vibrational music. Like, they have different frequencies. Like, they have something called the solfeggio scale. I think that's how it's pronounced. And it's different hertz of music, because our bodies are made, I think, of 60 to 70% water. So whatever we listen to, that energy, that frequency, that vibration, it reverberates in our bodies, and we take on that frequency. So like, for example, I would listen to like a love frequency, or what I would do is also find songs that made me feel good. Like, my ass would listen to a Christmas song in July if it makes me feel good. And then what I would do is I would literally just, first of all, just sit there and just breathe in and out and be intentional with your breath. Like, pay attention to your breath. Breathing in deep, breathing out slowly through your mouth, breathing in through your nose and out with your mouth. And there were times where I felt like the room was spinning, or like I was spinning in the middle of the room. And there was some situations that I've had to where, yeah, it did bring me to tears, because once again, I started apologizing to myself and honoring that. I'm sorry for all the things that I put myself through. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. Like, dealing with our own guilt and shame that a lot of us don't want to deal with. It's too hard to deal with. But to actually face it. And yes, that shit gonna be terrifying. It's gonna be terrifying, but the terrifying part is only temporary. And the reason why it's terrifying is because the ego inside of you is hit with something that it cannot deny. And it's hard for us to deal with things that we cannot deny, to where we will actually revert back to being a fucking infant and start having a temper tantrum and losing it. Like, how many times have we seen people at funerals, the realization that their loved one is no longer here hits them, and now they all on the goddamn floor and they're trying to roll around and get in the casket? It's because their mind is trying to understand that, and it's too much. That's why in those moments, love is important, to love on them, to affirm their grief and to love them, because first of all, that is a reality that we all have to deal with. No one's exempt from that. But like, even that right there gives you an instant ego death, to where you start waking up and once again bring in the present moment. Just like Choppa said, the most important moment that you have is the present moment, and the universe will allow a lot of things to happen to bring you to the present moment. That can be a sudden car accident. That can be a sudden shoot. It could be something traumatic, or it could be all of a sudden I go on my Instagram or my TikTok and my video at 50 million views, and now here it is, I'm getting this $10,000 check. That'll bring your ass to the present moment. Shit, the fact that your ass is having a child, that'll bring your ass back to the present moment. Like, pay attention to the present moment and be in the present moment. That's all we can do. And it's scary at first, but once you start getting the hang of it, you'll be excited about life, because life then becomes a journey to, even when you draw your last breath, you can die happy. And to me, that's the best death, okay? Even though we all gonna face death, girl, I want it to be a happy one, okay? I came, I lived, I conquered, and I left, okay? And bitch, let me tell y'all something. When my time come, y'all better spark some shit up and light a candle for me, bitch, okay?
Warmth.
Did you?
And it was beautiful.
Did you always love yourself?
I did, and then through the process of that, I kind of lost it. Like, I know I ain't love myself because first and foremost, who I surrounded myself around. If I loved myself, I wouldn't have been surrounded by people that didn't love me. Like, you know, I was surrounded by things that didn't love me. So if somebody would have asked me, yo, you love yourself? I would have been like, yeah. But my actions didn't reflect that. Now, as I look now, my reactions, my actions reflect that I do love myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, look at the outside, I mean.
And even with that, loving yourself, understand you're going to have people around you who are not going to love you. And that's okay. Even in the narrative of the Bible with Jesus knew who Judas was. He knew he was a snake-ass nigga. Even gave him the opportunity to even confess and say it, nigga. Jesus was like, I know one of you bald head ass, no edge having, hairline receding ass motherfuckers in here. I know one of you bitches, and I know who it is, but I know one of you bitches is gonna betray me. Everybody, no, not me, not I, Lord, not I, Lord. Shit. Jesus was like, nah, bitch, I could have just smacked the shit out of you. Bitch. I could just levitate your ass up out this chair and make your ass explode, bitch. Cause you know I don't have to let y'all niggas kill me, girl. You know I can take you hoes out, bitch. I know all type of spiritual knowledge, girl, that will shake everything up. And do y'all not know who my motherfucking daddy is, bitch? My daddy is the owner of Toaster Strudels, bitch, okay? He gonna write a letter, bitch, and all of the shit gonna come down. So what are you telling me? And was even betrayed with a kiss. Is that why they mad at the gays, girl? Because Judas kissed Jesus? See if he wasn't gay. Girl, get out of here. And the guilt and shame ate Judas up to where Judas took his own life. Moral of the story, it don't pay to be a hating ass nigga. But if you want to be one, that's okay. We still love your ass anyway.
If you love yourself, put yourself in the best every time that you can.
Sure do.
Get the best for yourself, man. You deserve it. Everybody deserves it.
Yeah.
You deserve to eat good. You deserve to have people around you that love you. You got to make that a statement to say, this is the level of quality of life that I want for myself. I won't settle. Because everybody's deserving of the best. Whether you think you are or not, you can have the best at all times. I promise you can. So you have to make that statement to say, all right, man, you know, I'd rather have no friends if it means that.
Girl, if Jake Gyllenhaal and Eminem had a motherfucking love child.
You know, I gotta be on this journey right now. I'd
sure.
rather have one friend if it means this one friend.
That's what it gotta be though. Like, that's really what it gotta be.
It has to be that.
Like, you can ask my mom, she's sitting over there, man. I had to detach from her. I had to detach from family at one period of time to get to the mindset I'm at.
And I just want to say this real quick, because once again, we pausing and stop. We almost done, y'all. Y'all know how I get down. Shit. Like I said, with me being in my cocoon phase, I've literally had people call me, and I had to tell them. And they'd be like, oh, I mean, we understand and we know. And I'd be like, no, I need you to understand. There are going to be times, and a lot of them is going to be a lot, that you're going to call me, and I'm not going to pick up the phone. I don't want you to make it personal, but girl, I'm trying to figure my own shit out. Hopefully you're doing the same thing. I have a really good close friend of mine right now who said the same thing to me. He was like, look, I got to figure out who I am. I'm not saying we not friends or nothing, but just right now I may not reach out to you as much or connect with you as much. And I wasn't even bothered by it. I was like, I'm happy for that. Because that's how I know that you're on your self-love journey, because you're learning to say, you know what, let me take the stuff that I've learned and go out into the world and apply it to myself. And I'm doing the same thing. And I encourage y'all all to do the same thing. I mean, again, in the narrative of the Bible with Jesus, there was a point in time where Jesus was doing something and his people came in and said, Jesus, your mom and them outside. And he was like, well, they're going to have to wait, because I'm doing the Father's work real quick. They don't have to wait. So that means that when you know your purpose, you are able to stand in who you are, despite what other people might think, how they might feel, what they believe, what they want to believe, and be okay with that. Because it's like, at the end of the day, I know that y'all have good intentions for me, but I have the best intention for myself. So let me work on that, and I hope you work on yours. Do you get what I'm saying? So again, this girl, when you love yourself, girl, you learn not to have unhealthy dependency on people. You can still have healthy dependency with certain things, but to have an unhealthy one, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Like, I really had to sit.
I mean, those are the decisions that break your heart but give you
For
peace.
Sure.
They break your heart to make a decision
And
like
show you
that.
what's
It really
important.
hurt to look at family, to look at friends, and to say, yo, I have to do this for me.
What are a few times you felt like you was at that point in your life, you know?
I mean, recently, bro, through this whole year, it's probably been my biggest realization for me. 2022 was the year that I've had the most self-discovery, because I felt like God has given me everything that I've wanted. And I kind of feel like he gave it to me and kind of just like chuckled like, yo, you got so much more to fight for. Here's everything that you thought was gonna matter, but you got more to do. You got a reason for being here. So in that, I had to look around at my lifestyle and the things that I was doing, the people I had around me, and I felt like, all right, man, like it's here, but I'm still feeling empty. Like I'm still feeling like there's something I gotta feel right here.
Same way.
And it's not, if it ain't feeling, you know, I gotta make a decision. I gotta make a decision on what I'm around, and I gotta give myself, like you said, what makes me feel fulfilled and what makes me feel happy. And that detachment, I've had to do that this year with friends that I've been friends with, bro, my whole life, family that I've had to put boundaries and barriers up for, and it was a tough year to do so, but it's only because I spent time figuring out who I am and trying to decide and make a decision that would best suit giving myself happiness. Because, you know, I'm in the service, bro. I cut hair, I service the world. And you as well, bro, you make art for the world. When you make music, everybody love you, right? But I didn't really feel love when I wasn't making videos or I wasn't cutting hair, right? Or like when I'm at the house. And I had to find how to love myself. I had to find, like, you know, just being vulnerable, let my girl really love me, and like accepting the love that I already had around me as well. So sometimes it wasn't even that I needed more. I really just needed less sometimes. I didn't even need, it wasn't different people around me that I was searching for that I needed. It was already there. But sometimes your biggest blessings don't come until,
say that again,
listen,
bro.
bro, sometimes your biggest blessings don't come until the people that need to be out of the picture are gone.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that there are things in my life that God is waiting to give me, and they won't come until I make the right decisions to cut my grass.
Say it again.
And I'm gonna say this part because that's some real ass shit, okay? Look at him walking up to NLE Choppa like he in high school. Hi, guy, you know, I love your music, guy. You know, you're great. Can I have an autograph? Let me stop. But that's absolutely true. Like, in reference to my situations, again, like I said, relationships, romantic relationship was kind of like my thing that I wanted. I would look back and I have like actual diary entries that I think I will come back and read it again on YouTube, because I already did on Instagram. Probably do it on YouTube, exposing myself. But I would be so hurt and be so heartbroken when these relationships with these people that I so desperately wanted to be with did not work out, girl. But now that I look at it, I'm happy it didn't work out, because if it would have worked out, I would have not been where I am today, to be the BubzDaGawd that I am today, to the point to where I literally have no hate for anybody that I've ever been with. And I have nothing but love for them, and was able to truly forgive them because they were simply just operating out of what they knew at the time, just like I was. But you see how the universe put us together to help us understand and teach ourselves what's going on? And once you start realizing that, you will start being more conscious about those people around you and be able to have healthy boundaries. And those who are going to be with you are going to be able to honor and respect that genuinely. And once you start doing that and you connect yourself with those people, because once again, there is no I in team, but there is me, a M and an E. So you are imperative to the team. But once you have your team around you of people who are sharing the same mindset as you, the same energetic vibration as you, the same goals and dreams as you, just on that same level, and y'all just create, that's when the magic happens. And even for me, I'm so grateful because the household I live in is a creative ass fucking household. Shit. Damn. But it feels good because somebody always doing something. And the people in the house are doing things that make them feel good. And to realize that there's a world out there that will pay you to do what you love to do and what makes you feel good, that'll never be a job. J-O-B, like my father used to say, J-O-B, just over broke. My father used to also say, we too blessed to be broke. Especially if we're living abundantly. And even with me, I just want to live a very comfortable life. The way my life want to be set up, I want to be able, for me, this how I'm envisioning it. I want to be able to buy a nice plot of land somewhere in the upper northern peninsula of Michigan, where there's nothing but damn wildlife, deers and shit, moose and shit, all type of nature and shit, you know, up there, and create like this cul-de-sac. We gonna have all type of fences and shit, bitch, because girl, I ain't playing no games, bitch. I know the type of work that I'm working in, girl. I'm gonna have to be living in Fort Knox, girl, because I know hoes gonna be trying to take me out, bitch, girl. But anyway, live in a cul-de-sac and be like, bitch, my motherfucking mama and my daddy live a quarter mile away. My sister live a quarter mile away. I live a quarter mile away. Bitch, I got my film studio on my goddamn lot, bitch. I got a little party thing, girl, in case I want to have little parties and shit, girl. And I want to be able to wake up every morning, because I'm going to wake up in the morning, bitch, when that shit pop off, girl. And go to bed every night, bitch. Walking outside my backyard with my freshly rolled cigar-sized blunt, bitch, of some good sativa, girl. I'm talking about some good shit, bitch. And motherfucking light my shit and sit outside and just cry, bitch, and just be thanking God. Thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. The fact that I can bless other people. The fact that I can create dope ass stuff and inspire other people to do it. To the point to where it be like, bitch, girl, I got so much abundance, girl. Let me give it away, bitch. I'm about to do contests, giveaways, girl, just because you own that type of frequency. But most importantly, I'll be able to have the time to actually sit down and do things like this, because this is what I really want to do. I want to have conversations with people, different type of people that I don't understand, people who don't understand me, but both be willing to be open-minded enough and to operate in love to where you can start off as a stranger and I can come to the realization that you are my brother and my sister, and to be able to face all the motherfucking labels of society that's placed on us to keep us divided, and to actually come together. And bitch, I know it can happen, girl. You wanna know how? Bitch, hit this motherfucking joint. And if you don't trust me, bitch, we can roll it up. And bitch, no shade. Let me go in the barbershop community, girl. I need more barbershops to have conversations like this, especially in black barbershops, because all I hear about is titties and ass. How you a motherfucking husband, but you fucking off on your wife. But if your wife was to ever talk to a nigga, you'll kill the bitch. Y'all talk about y'all talk down on LGBT, girl. And y'all be selling shit out the back of your shit. Girl, I'm trying to get my hair cut and not try to be a motherfucking accessory to goddamn murder or a witness, bitch. Cause these niggas running in your goddamn shop. And I'm an innocent bystander. Fuck that, bitch. I know some hoes that light a candle on you, bitch. You got away now, girl. But girl, when midnight hour come, girl, you better not sleep with one eye open, bitch. You better sleep with both your eyes open. And a page from the Bible, preferably John 3:16, lies in your ass cheeks, bitch. Cause the bitches I know gonna come through. Okay, let me shut up.
No, it, bro. I mean,
No, say it one more time. Say the part where you wanted more, but what you needed was just less.
I wanted more. I thought more would fix things. Less is what I needed.
And
it was already, but they were already in my life, bro.
Then say the part about what was in your life that had to be removed so God could give it to you.
Sometimes the biggest blessings in your life are waiting for you, but only after you remove the people that don't need to be there in that picture.
And let me tell you something else. Sometimes God will still give it to you. And you wanna know why he'll give it to you? Even with the wrong people around sometimes?
Why you say that?
Because sometimes we know who we need to get rid of and we don't. So he said, okay, I'm gonna give it to you. But you gonna let him fuck it up for you, or you gonna let her fuck it up for you. He did that to me a few times as well.
I mean, there were lessons like, there were lessons I learned like.
It's crazy. That's spot on, bro.
Nah, it is, man, but I had to remind myself that for one, too, this too, time don't equal loyalty. Oh. And that was a hard thing I had to tell myself with the friends that I've had for 10 plus years.
serve their purpose.
That have been here forever, and you looking at your friends and your family, you looking at, people around you, whether the people you work with, and we've been doing this for X amount of years, bro, but time don't equal loyalty.
Never do.
But I've had people in my life, bro, that I met last year that put their heart on their sleeve for me, man.
For sure.
And they would drop anything for me any day, and I've found that is loyalty, man, like.
And that goes back to what we were saying earlier, man. Things are temporary. And for the journey that you speak over your life every day, you gotta know life is the journey. And along this journey, you meet people along the way that you keep. Then you meet people along the way that you you gotta let go.
Yeah.
I mean, I stopped stressing when people walk out of my life because I just know that God will give me what I need every time and not what I want all the time. And I wanted everything. I wanted everybody to be my friend. I thought that everybody would love me. I thought that I could get everybody to love me, that I could get everybody to rock with me, that everybody would say the same things about me.
Me too.
They don't.
Me too.
They don't. And as small as the circle got, I still had to sit here and be like, God gave me what I need, not what I want, what you need to get through to the next level.
Cause you chosen from birth. I'm gonna keep moving cause I know something bigger is coming for me.
How much can you endure? I mean, that's the question.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be willing to endure. You gotta be willing to keep going.
That's the thing, bro. God ain't gonna give it to you. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Why would God bless us with something if we can't even handle the shit that he's throwing to us to get us there? It's only gonna increase. You know what I'm saying? Things are only going to get harder at a certain time period. You're gonna have your time period where you enjoy what he gave you, but just know history repeat. You're gonna face problems on that level as well.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Again, it's about the journey. It's about looking at life like a student. One of my favorite animes that I need to get back into is Dragon Ball Z. And one reason why I really like Goku, not because he's the protagonist of the show, but the way that he shows up when it comes to battles and difficulties. Even when the shit become life-threatening. Even when the shit become, girl, it seem like there's no way out. Just when it seemed like this nigga has been bested, girl. He get his ass whooped, nigga done been dead, came back to life, girl, all type of shit, girl. Through the midst of all that shit, he was thankful for it, and he always chose to learn from it to where he was able to conquer or to actually defeat what was facing him, even when it was over level 9,000. Okay? Another one of my favorite ones is is Avatar: The Last Airbender. How that show is literally talking about spiritual, metaphysical stuff like your chakras and balancing all the elements of nature, which are elements of ourselves. And the Fire Nation was the hardest to control because that was anger and rage. And that same fire that is used to be destructive and to destroy and to tear things down, as we've seen it happen so many times, is the same fire that can give warmth and bring life. It's about how we look at it and how we view it. See, this type of shit I need to be a part of, nigga. Shit, cut my damn hair. After my sister watched it.
I remind myself when I do face a hard time and I do face adversity in front of me, there's always going to be a test before a promotion.
For sure.
There will always be a test before a promotion. Even if, well, no matter what job you work at, your manager might tell you, hey, Chop, I need you to go ahead and knock them dishes out. I know you got a long shift, but knock them dishes out right quick and let me I got you. You know, you be like, man, damn, I just finished my whole shift. Why I got to knock the dishes out? Why he can't knock the dishes out? You go knock them out. Next day, he might have a raise for you.
For sure.
Right? Yeah. I'm ready to step up and handle what's in front of me no matter what at
sure.
all times, because I know on the other side of any adversity or problem that I could come across, there has to be a promotion. Yeah. There has to be a blessing waiting for me.
Every time, bro. And once you, man, that's very important you say that, because once you start to think that way, you realize that, bro, you just realize how life is, man. When things get hard, when things get so hard, so hard, when you hit that rock bottom, man, just know that that's God just building something so big for you. And if you know that every time, bro, you good, man.
He got to test you.
Yeah, man.
When I saw people really appreciate the things that I was saying, man, it was a different feeling, because it wasn't a haircut, man. Like, somebody appreciated the things that I said, and I felt like that was powerful.
Yeah.
And I found purpose in that moment. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to help others see. And if I gotta, you know, if that's what I'm here to do, I don't always need a haircut. And I realized that the haircut is a vehicle for me.
That's hard, for sure.
And I remember you specifically. I remember when I remember watching the transition happen. I remember the shot, you know, I went through the whole shot of flow, you know.
And another thing, see how he closing his eyes when he getting his hair cut, and he was speaking about hair earlier. I think that is a place where a lot of ideologies and thought patterns are placed on as well, because you're having this vibration. So it's kind of like a vibration in a sense. you having it near your ears, you're hearing it, you're closing your eyes, and you're allowing this to happen, so you are relying more so on your sense of hearing. So it's like, I see that as a spiritual thing as well. So the fact that this individual is using his vehicle as a way to say, you know what, let's have deeper conversations, not just shout. I'm not saying, you know, men can't have men conversations, because, you know, niggas gonna be niggas, we have to accept that. But it's like, can niggas also have a balance of a higher consciousness thing as well, so that, you know, we can also have a balance of what's happening on the outside world that we all collectively have to deal with. So the fact that he's using this vehicle of being a barber to actually have higher vibratory conversations, and to get people to really get into their head and really view things, and to allow that person to actually shine and to show their humanity in them, that's some dope ass shit. Okay, shit. If I'm paying the way this nigga set up, I know them haircuts is expensive, nigga. So if you cut my goddamn hair and I'm paying a goddamn $1,000 a cut, nigga, you better speak some positive shit over my life.
Time with you, and I remember the day that you started getting into meditate, you started getting into thinking about your health and your body. And I remember specifically telling you, man, like, stand on this, bro, because it's gonna be worth it. And people will tell you all types of things, man.
Please
Try
get
to go
his
back to the
hairline
old,
together.
you go
It's
back to the
really irking my
old, you talk
nerves.
about the old shit.
His hairline is looking like a uneven cut on aluminum foil. You know how them cheap ass aluminum foil you try to cut across straight, and they be looking like triangles and shit. With this motherfucking Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, Lisa Simpson hairline, girl, and I can't even talk. At least his hairline growing all forward and shit. My shit trying to moonwalk, bitch. Let me shut up.
Your voice is so powerful, bro. You inspire millions of kids in this world. The things that you say are real, and they affect real people.
Okay, tell me this why you
And
doing
you
my
gotta
hairline.
take that, man,
Shit.
and understand that that comes with responsibility, and you did so. And bro, the journey you went on, it may not be the coolest shit to talk about in the club, but I promise you it's the last thing people think about before they sleep.
For sure.
It's
Yeah,
the realest shit
yeah,
that people could hear.
Yeah.
And keep
yeah.
doing that, man.
Right,
Like,
sure.
just keep doing that, man. I'm just proud that you did that and you stood on it, and here we are 3 years later from that journey, and you continuing to stand on it.
For sure.
Bro, what do you do when you're not doing all of this, though? Where's your balance now?
I say world peace, world peace, world peace, and then go home and play Call of Duty. like, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect.
Right.
And that's what people gotta.
I'd rather you do that shit in a video game. Imagine if these individuals were able to take all this destructive type of behavior and put it into another medium, like video games, or like movies, and short films and television shows. Like, why not make the violent part of it something that is fantasy, that's not real? We can find a way to channel our anger and our frustration and all this stuff and put it into that, but also in that story or those shows or those movies or those songs or whatever the case may be, to also complete the circle with acknowledging that pain and then healing from it. There is a way to, baby. The more you learn, ding ding ding, the more you know.
Get it straight up.
You think people
I
view
am.
you as, you know, it's
Bro,
it's
people
natural,
always,
bro. It's,
people
you know,
always ask, they be like, yo, how you do this, but you do this? Like, yo, because I'm a balanced individual.
Right.
And once you balance, you're not stressing yourself out about nothing. Because you realize every battery, you won't have shit working if it was just one charge.
Yeah.
Would nothing work? Where's the balance?
What change do you want to see for others?
I want people to stop chasing money and chase purpose. If people stop chasing money and chase what's set out on their life, what they're here for, the world will be a way better place.
You know, so to the ones that do want purpose, that do seek that, and they're waiting for it, you just gotta, you know, first you gotta take action. And you gotta ask yourself, are you doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to unveil that part of your life? Are you holding on to things that you shouldn't be holding on to? Are you still got habits in your life that gotta change? Are there people in your life that gotta go? Do what's necessary for yourself first, and be patient, because it'll come for everybody, man.
Kid you not, bro. When I dropped Shotta Flow, my bank account was in the negative after all that. From the studio session to the outfit to the music video. So I spent my last.
How much did you spend on Shotta Flow, the first one? Like, how much did it cost you to get that out?
Like 40 on the studio time.
$40 on studio
40.
time.
Then about 200 for the outfit. And I didn't even wear the jacket. I was in the tank top. Wasting money. Then the video costed $250, but I only had 100 left after that. Paid the 100, told them I was gonna pay the $250 once I got it. So that shit, it's down there. That's $340.
And let me tell you something, cause I do video editing. For any of y'all niggas that do that shit to me and tell me I'm gonna pay you on the back end, back end when I get my shit in the back end, if your ass blow up, nigga, I need to be your main videographer, nigga. Take care of me on the back end. Okay? If I gotta wait for my $250, girl, you gonna wait on my motherfucking $250, bitch, when I'm your consistent videographer, bitch. I'm about to have everybody come to me. Okay? I can't tell my people and shit, well, you know, I have to wait. Girl.
Bank account was in the negative after that. Man, I dropped it like a few days later. And
Like how you said you knew? You knew beforehand what it was gonna do?
Yeah, I knew.
How'd you know? You just felt it.
Felt it. Just felt it. But just imagine though, if I'm like the type nigga like, man, I got $300, man. I need to spend my money on the re-up and go flood this P through the city before I spend my last on my dream.
Man, bro, that's what
I would have never got here.
Wow. Yes, thank you so much, Lord. I'm so happy that this part is
But this last year, let's speak about specifically 2022. What moment are you most proud about?
I'm just more proud about.
I'm sorry for the video quality,
shit.
y'all.
Honestly, fighting the
Figure out
battle
that
from
bullshit.
within, bro. Like I've been saying the whole time, and that's why I wanted this cut. This is I guess it's a symbol of a champion that won. So yeah, I just feel like I won a battle within myself. 2022. It's my proudest accomplishment.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Looking at you right now with a peanut head, bro. I'm so proud of you, bro. Peanut head
yeah.
up, man.
A nigga looking like a motherfucker, looking like Nelly's younger brother and shit, bitch. Oh. With that catfish mouth. But that's a fresh ass haircut. His hairline clean. I can only hope and pray my shit look like that shit. Something gonna have to work for me with this money shit, girl, because I need my hairline to be looking crispy every day. Okay? Damn. My credit score done went up looking at this nigga hairline. Shit. Can I even afford that, Lord?
Man, bro.
Where the weed at? Ain't no nigga rolling.
Thank you, God, for the intuition to make this happen, to get this done.
Right.
Thank you for me not questioning you, questioning my thought process or my conscience. Thank you for the patience you've had with me on this journey.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for the realization, the self-awareness. Just to be aware of all the things that you need me to be aware of.
Hairline clean as shit.
So all praise to the most.
Bitch, let me memorize this prayer so my hairline can wake up one day
What are
and
you
I can
still
have
trying
that
to
shit.
accomplish? You know, you seem
Somebody scream
like
recorder
you
for
got a
me.
lot together for yourself as far as knowing who you are and knowing what you got to do. What do you still want?
I could list them, but shit, with the mindset I'm in is I already could accomplish. The only thing that I do want is just to maintain just discipline and the peace. It's the things I need. You know, so.
Who made these instrumentals
so
in the background?
complacent.
I need that in my
That's
life.
one of the biggest steps to manifestation, man, is just believing that it's yours already.
Yeah.
And understanding that everything is already for you. All the things that you want,
Right.
you gotta be ready to receive. All right, bro.
You like
Before
one
I
of them
hand
niggas
this
that you
mirror,
see on the chart and
I
shit at
wanna
the
tell you, bro,
barbershop.
thank you.
Can you give me the number 7,
for
please?
all the love you've given me from the day that we met. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for being a friend that I couldn't even ask for, bro. Thank you for being all of that and some. And thank you for everything that you're doing for this world, bro. I ain't nothing but grateful for everything you ever done in my life. And I love you, man, for real. I'm so proud of everything that you've done and become to this
All
point.
the extensions in the comments.
I love you more, man. I appreciate you, and the same for me, man. Sure.
Look at yourself, nigga. Look.
You want me to
Hold
look?
on.
Yeah, look.
Okay.
All right, you go ahead, bro.
Damn.
That's a nigga smile for your ass.
You go ahead, bro.
Yo.
Hold it up a little more. Like a little bit down.
Yo, what the fuck?
That's what needs to happen. There needs to be a group of people in inner city areas that are barbershops, or barbers, to give this experience to those in the neighborhood. Talk to them. Oh, we're gonna talk about it at the end. Let me shut up. I'm gonna get into it in the end.
What grade you
My
in,
last
bro?
thoughts.
Yo, upper echelon.
Upper echelon,
What the
man.
fuck you talking about?
Let me get this off you,
Yo.
so you can see yourself, man.
Gee,
How you feel?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit beautiful.
How you feel, bro?
This beautiful
Look.
right here. hey, bro. That's him.
I just want my nut. After that bitch get up off of me.
Okay, we good. Thank you for the music. Great. Wonderful. Shout out to NLE Choppa and DeepCut Podcast for their first episode. I think I'm gonna subscribe to them and see what other rappers come through. But it was so great to see them start off with NLE Choppa because, like I said, he's kind of been on his conscious stuff lately. And once again, he's finding the balance. Like, once again, he still does trap music. And again, he has to deal with the responsibility of people going to always ask him that question. But I think he's learning how to transmute his stories not into destructive ones that keep on reverberating that same energy, but to be able to use it as a story, to tell a story, and hopefully learn how to complete the cycle of that story so that there is redemption. That's why I named it The Power of Redemption, because in order to be redeemed, first of all, redemption is already available for your ass at any time, at any level. That's why love is so powerful and it's unconditional. Unconditional means there's nothing, keyword nothing, that can happen that will not cover you or discard you or disqualify you from being loved. It's about you accepting the redemption. Once you accept that you're redeemed and that you're going to dedicate yourself, your time, effort, and energy into your dream, that's when things change for you. And what's so beautiful, spiritually speaking, some people say we're already in. There's different interpretations, but anyway, the age of Aquarius. Whatever you think and you feel about yourself is going to reverberate at a faster and faster and faster rate to where things are going to manifest quickly. Ask yourself, where is your mind and your heart at? And again, according to the narrative of the Bible with Jesus Christ, he was saying to renew your mind and to not harden your heart. On a more universal level, that means to renew your mind, update your mind. Just like your phone updates to be better and to keep up, update your mind, educate your mind, spend time in your mind, and to pay attention to your emotions and honor them, all the spectrums of them, and to move through those emotions. And a lot of times we keep those emotions clogged up in us that causes a lot of problems physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's all energy. But in order to tap into this, in closing, you gotta believe it for yourself. And when you come from a background or a place where your environment tells you not to believe, certain other people around you who are ignorant tell you not to believe, the competition around you wants you to make you feel like you shouldn't believe, and even your own insecurities within yourself trying to influence you to not believe. When you face those fears, because the worst thing that can happen is no, and when you loving yourself, every no is a step closer to a yes. But when you start loving yourself for real, babe, like I said, there's nothing I can really say. Like, I be trying to find the right words and the way to convey it, and it will never ever be personal and real for you until you deal with it. And like I said, yes, it's going to be scary, but scary in a good way, especially when you see shit change. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just crazy enough to believe it. I just need some other motherfuckers who crazy with me. Because I feel like when it comes down to manifestation, there has to be a little hint of craziness or delusion in play. Because you're believing something that physically outside of you has not happened, but energetically is already done. It's about, are you willing to stay on that path? So anyway, thank y'all for this impromptu ass live. I didn't know we was going to be getting it in like this. Okay, again, if you want to watch this particular podcast, you can click the link below in the description box. Also subscribe to them. I'm going to do the same thing, and hopefully they'll have some more dope commentary and conversations on here, and possibly I can, review these like I did this particular one. Shout out to everybody that came in to the live. Okay, shout out to Not Another Lynn. Shout out to Love's Craft. Shout out to Donna B. Shout out to Rico, aka King Anubis. Who else we got? Shout out to True to the Dream in this bitch. Okay, shout out to them. Shout out to Spicy. Shout out to Amber. Shout out to Roki. Shout out to those who came and peeked in. Shout out to those who are part of the Bush gang, girl. We love y'all too. Just shout out to everybody. Okay, shout out to everybody. And until next time, y'all. Peace and love. Bubs. Signing out, biatch.
Love never dies, just choose to be born again. After the sun, then comes the rain.